6:15 Douala, thanks and welcome to join me. I'm Kijang Henry attending for the news. Let's begin with our headlines. Residents in Bamenda, chief town of the northwest region of Cameroon, have appealed with separatist fighters for a ceasefire as Feast of Nativity is around the corner. And households and businesses in Douala facing heightened challenges as power outages cripple daily lives. Many residents have complained of significant disruptions. And in this edition, Hyacin Chair will tell us more on the CAF 2024 award, where Super Eagles striker Ademola Lookman was crowned African Player of the Year. Top stories. On YouTube, Facebook, as well as on Twitter. Begin from Douala, where households and businesses in Cameroon's economic capital are facing heightened challenges as power outages have actually causing problems in their daily lives. Residents have complained of significant disruptions as activities are not moving. Lack of electricity has left them in limbo. Sherifa Saleh report.
The persistent power outages in Douala are sparking frustration and hardship for both businesses and residents. The blackouts, which have become a daily occurrence, are hitting small and medium-sized enterprises the hardest. Whenever the festive period is approaching, we always face this situation. And it does not only affect businesses, houses, and other activities. It really affects different sectors. Electronic shop owners lament that they cannot generate receipts for their customers without power supply. Others are equally affected as they cannot operate their machinery to complete critical projects. There are periods where we have issues with customers since we can't deliver their demand on time.
Well, sorry for that interruption and poor quality of that report there by Sherifa Saleh. Of course, the residents in Douala are struggling to grapple with the power outages as Christmas season is close around. And as the population contemplates on alternative power supply, the situation is further compounded or aggravated by bad roads in some neighborhoods. And these roads have crippled activities as commuters find it difficult to navigate through some of these neighborhoods as they are afraid of long hours of traffic. Cynthia Latte takes a look on this situation.
Celestus works in the shop at Kanyabasi with the constant fear of being trucked by vehicles swerving to avoid potholes. This wasn't a situation extends to Kololon, where road infrastructure has deteriorated significantly.
If you don't take care, a vehicle can come and knock you down here because they look for nice road to pass.
The roads are often patched with makeshift solutions such as stones from broken cement blocks, but these efforts are far from adequate. Vendors in the area complain of constant exposure to dust during the dry season, leading to respiratory illnesses, while road users face frequent accidents and vehicle damage. Business owners, residents and road users agree that life in the area has become increasingly challenging.
I brought my car every day because of the state of the route. So we pay a lot of money in garage.
Last time we checked, now 3 bikes for instantly here. I'm afraid.
The population is urging authorities to implement durable and sustainable solutions to repair the roads and improve mobility.
They should create the local enterprise who have the power, who have the money, expect to arrange immediately the road.
The current state of these roads underscores the urgent need for intervention to safeguard businesses, commuters, and residents who rely on them daily.
And we move over to Yaoundé, where advocates in training who recently took the oath of practice have been urged to respect the canons of the profession as they prepare to become full-fledged legal minds. From the 10 regions of the country, they converged on Yaoundé to be drilled on the values of the weak and the rope. Ceasefire reports.
About 2,000 lawyers converge at the solemn launching of the People-Age Training Program of the Cameroon Bar Association this December 16 in Yaoundé. Coming after 10 years, the conference plays under the theme, The Lawyer's Robe and the Oath. It is an occasion to redress the legal minds, especially the newly admitted, to follow the canons of the profession.
They've just taken oath before the various high courts all around the country, but a lot of them do not yet understand the significance of the oath. The robe is not just any dress that you get to the tailor and he stitches. It has a significance. It has a historic origin. These two robes signify two legal cultures. And as colleagues, as the young ones are coming up, they need to know this historical origin.
The young men and women in black robes empowered to overcome their daily challenges.
We have been seeing in this country how at times lawyers need to be beaten upon by the forces of law and order. Lawyers are to protect the vulnerable. They are not to fight with anybody. They are to protect justice, to see that justice is not only to be done, but to be seen justice to be done. And those are the challenges we are putting the baton, with the Ministry of Justice to help.
And in a bid to ensure a generational transition within the corps, senior barristers and former batoniers like Akire Muna cautioned the junior colleagues on the responsible practice of the legal profession.
Together, let us strive to be exemplary towards of justice, unwavering in our pursuit of truth, and resolute in our commitment to the rule of law.
And presiding over the opening ceremony, the minister delegate at the Ministry of Justice, Jean de Dieu Momo, reiterates that lawyers must do their work within the framework of the law.
Well, thanks very much, Ceasefire. And in Bamenda, the chief town of the northwest region of the country, there is an outpouring of appeal with separatist fighters for a ceasefire as the Feast of Nativity is around the corner. Now, following recent spikes of violence in that part of the country that led to the killings of some military men and, of course, some civilians, the population is begging for a ceasefire or for truce. Shalifa Sarah reports with calls from Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins.
With the Feast of Nativity already around the corner, some inhabitants of Bamenda have appealed to separatist fighters for a ceasefire. Our government should reinforce security, at least for the festive period.
En tout cas, merci.
The appeal of the common man follows interruptions on commercial and other activities on a series of Saturdays that could have been economically beneficial to the population. Vendors of dresses, shoes, handbags, and other Christmas items say they are still awaiting a boom in business.
I'm very much optimistic that as time goes on, things will get better because right now we're even running a promo in the shop.
While transporters strive to convey people to and from localities around the Northwest Regional Headquarters for various reasons, suspected separatist fighters waged yet another attack on a security checkpoint at former Council Junction in Bamenda 2 subdivision over the weekend, allegedly killing a police officer and wounding a couple of others. A nearby recreational facility also felt the impact of the gunfire with much material damage.
And what choices of toys and Christmas gadgets are there in the market for the children as Christmas is already around the corner? The bells are already ringing as parents too are contemplating on the types of toys for their children. Beatrice Ngamo takes us through the markets in Yaoundé, where the avalanche is just total confusion for the parents.
Toys of all tastes can be found here at the Yaoundé Central Market. With only a week before Christmas, the rush to meet children's demand already underway. Some like it early because prices are affordable, and as we move into the 20s, it will be expensive and so tight circulation.
Pouvoir trouver quelque chose au prix abordable. Mais à la veille, le 23-24, là, ça serait un peu plus cher. Donc maintenant, si vous voyez, il n'y a pas de monde, c'est un peu libre.
Arriving early to be served is the motto for these mothers. This other lady uses a scrutin technique, moving from one shop to the other to evaluate the prices and buy from where it is cheaper.
J'essaie d'abord de vérifier dans tous les magasins pour avoir le prix le plus bas avant de faire mon choix. C'est ça mon petit secret.
With the first term holiday around the corner, it is rush hour for some parents as the little kids have to receive gifts from Father Christmas on closing day. Going on holiday tomorrow, this father had no choice than to get the toys today at all cost. He's buying two for the school and Christmas.
Il a les cadeaux pour la fête de l'école. Il en a également pour la fête de Noël.
The stock are available to meet demand. The taste of the little kids also.
Mon fils m'a demandé une voiture télécommandée, une voiture de cascadeur.
Season for good business has just begun, and the prices start from down 1,000 to over 40,000, depending on the toy.
De 1,000 francs jusqu'à 40,000.
Once the toy is purchased, the process ends with good packaging, colorful wrappings that adds to the anxiety of the children.
And with Christmas just a matter of days, amusement parks in Douala are undergoing final preparations. These popular leisure sports are equally being transformed into festive hotspots. Sharifa Saleh moves through them and sees that their frenzy is just too much.
Amusement parks in Douala are lively with activities as the city prepares for the holiday season. With Christmas just around the corner, park operators are pulling out all the stops to ensure the attractions are in top shape. We have added lots of other games to attract visitors during this festive season. The parks at Rond-Point 4e and Carrefour Bonamusadi stand out as examples of this festive maintenance. These spaces are getting a fresh look and, more importantly, updating the activities to provide unique experiences for families, groups, and solo adventurers alike. We have preferred to heighten the security around here. We have recruited more staff for security maintenance so that we avoid any form of accident. Visitors have already begun flocking to these revitalized parks, forming long queues to enjoy the festive cheer. With the promise of safe, enjoyable, and newly revamped attractions, the parks are set to make the most of the holiday season, which accounts for a significant portion of their annual revenue.
The infrastructure is good, the place is calm as compared to where we were. So I think there's a bit difference.
As Douala city dwellers embrace the festive spirit, these parks are more than just entertainment hubs. They are becoming vital parts of the Christmas celebrations.
Thanks very much, Sharifa Saleh. And in sports, Ademola Lookman is the African Footballer of the Year 2024. And of course, it was crowned in Marrakesh after too many votes in his favor. And so in this edition of the program, Hyson Shah takes a look on the CAF 2024 award. Hyson.
And the winner is Ademola Lookman.
As predicted by many football observers weeks ago, Ademola Lookman has won the African Ballon d'Or on December 16, 2024 in Marrakesh, Morocco. This crowns a remarkable 2023-2024 football season, marked by the Europa League trophy with his Italian club Atalanta and a historic hat-trick in the final against Bayern Leverkusen. Additionally, he has had an impressive performance in the Serie A Championship with 11 goals and 7 assists in 31 games, not to mention the African Cup of Nations final played with his country Nigeria with an incredible performance.
The award today is a blessing to me, to my family, to my nation. I want to say to all the young children, And people watching this, don't let your failures weigh you down, that they break your wings. But in fact, turn your pain into your power and continue to fly. God bless.
An exciting night for Nigerians, as they also won the award for the Best African Women's Team of the Year, and its goalkeeper, Chiamaka Nadozie, named the Best Female African Goalkeeper. The Women's Ballon d'Or went to Zambian Barbara Banda, and the award for the Best African Male Goalkeeper to South African Rowens Williams, who also won the trophy for the Best African Interclub Player with Mamelodi Sundowns, as he had a mind-blowing performance during the AFCON in Ivory Coast with the Bafana Bafana. Lamine Camara of Senegal clinched the title of Best Male Young Player. Côte d'Ivoire, the current African champions, voted as African Team of the Year, and its coach, Emes Faye, was named the best coach. Andre Onana served Cameroon's image by being included in the African Team of the Year. And beyond compensating the performance in the pitch, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, honored President Paul Biya of Cameroon for his strive in boosting football infrastructure, and most especially for the wonderful hosting of the 2021 African Cup of Nations.
Thanks very much, Hyacinth. And of course, to this advert, Cameroon is the leading producer of plantains in the Central African sub-region. And so to maintain its dominance in the sector, despite the numerous challenges faced by the farmers, the third edition of the International Plantain Festival in Douala was part of Prometal's interest. And so Prometal Group stepped up to support this initiative, donating agricultural equipment and unveiling a new manufacturing initiative to boost production in this sector. Details.
Cameroon is the leading producer of plantains in the Central African sub-region, but maintaining this position comes with challenges for local farmers. Issues such as limited resources and outdated farming tools hinder their growth.
We need to modernize the production. We need to increase the productivity in order to increase the income of the farmers. We need to reduce post-harvest losses, and we need to process planting in our country in order to add value.
To address these concerns, Prometal Group has reaffirmed its commitment to support agricultural development, aligning with the country's 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and its vision of emergence by 2035. At the official opening of the third edition of the International Plantain Festival in Douala, December 6, 2024, Prometal Group donated a significant package of agricultural tools to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. These included 50 wheelbarrows, 10 cartons of cutlasses containing 6 in each carton, 50 dozen fowls, and 48 hoes. The gesture aims to boost the productivity of farmers across the region. Speaking at the event, the representative of Prometal Group's Chief Executive Officer emphasized the country's dedication towards government's development efforts.
Prometal has the tradition to support the government. We are the state's partner in driving industrialization in the country. We are always present at any call to promote Made in Cameroon. The agricultural sector is a predominant pillar in the development to attain emergence in 2035.
For over 14 years, Prometal Group has actively supported Cameroon's efforts to achieve its sustainable development goals, with agriculture identified as a key pillar at the festival organized by the National Association of Actors in the Plantain Sector in Cameroon. Prometal Group unveiled its latest project, the Tropic Wheelbarrow Manufacturing Plant. This initiative is set to boost local production of agricultural tools, reduce reliance on imports, and create jobs for Cameroonians.
Well, that advert that draws the curtain for this edition of the 650 News with me, Kejang Henry Atimbi, in which you got information that residents in the northwest region of the country have bet with separatist fighters for a ceasefire as the Feast of Nativity is around the corner. The brief is coming up straight from our regional office in Yaoundé with Janice Kamga. From me, it's goodbye.